Hi all, thank you for your interest in the course Python Pandas for Analytics Level 1. So let's talk about how this course is organized. This course is designed for those who want to learn Python for analytics or those who want to start their data science journey, where probably at later stage they would be learning machine learning algorithms, deep learning, something else, but the journey starts with basic analytics with Python. Even if you are beginner or have prior experience, these are the topics which we are going to cover. First is getting started with Google Colab for Python. Google Colab is amazing IDE or a virtual platform where you can run your Python code without installing it in your system. It has some advantages. If you are working on someone else's machine, then too you can do your Python practice just by opening Google Colab in your browser and start working. Also, Google Colab is compatible with Google Drive and GitHub, so you can manage your notebooks and data there either in Google Drive or GitHub. Version control is super easy in Google Colab. You can even see revision history of your file, what changes you have made to a particular notebook in what date, and you can go back to previous version of your own file. So there are some amazing features. That is why I'm choosing Google Colab for Python. So here I will be showing you how to start working with Google Colab, and then we will be talking about Pandas data structure. Now, usually in Python, we should know about data types, data structure, and basic libraries like NumPy before we start talking about Pandas. So if you know all these things, it's great. If you don't know, I have explained briefly the data types in Python, the data types in Pandas, how they are different, the data structure which we are using. So I have explained all those things. And NumPy we are not using a lot because that can be a separate course. But whatever function I have used from NumPy, I have explained very clearly. And Pandas data structure, so we have talked about Pandas series and data frame. Panel data structure is not widely used, so we are not discussing that here. So in Pandas series and data frame, how we can create those two, what are the methods available, what are the functions available, so giving names to index or columns, all those things we have done in data structure. So second video you will see on Pandas data structure, but wherever the videos are lengthy, what I did is I broke them into two parts. Here you will have two sub videos, one for series and another for data frame. And in the end you will see a quick summary of entire lesson where you will be revising series and data frame. Next we have talked about data import and export using Pandas. Now data can be in different formats. In this course we have discussed all common data types which you might be using in the beginning. Text data files or flat data files, and CSV data file, which is very common format of data. We have also talked about Excel work file, and we have also talked about HTML file. So you will be able to import data in all these formats, and you will be able to export data by using some write function. And we have also discussed in detail all the arguments, like when you read a text or CSV file, what are the differences between read underscore table function and read underscore CSV function, the separator, delimiter, indexes, column names. In Excel file also, Excel is usually XLSX or XLS format. So it's a workbook in which you have multiple sheets. So if you want to just read sheet 1, or if you want to read sheet with a particular name, or if you want to read all the sheets, if you want to skip first few rows from a sheet, so you can do all these things. I have explained very well all these things in this video. And HTML file also, we have seen how to read data from the web. Next video is about data frame filtering, where you will be learning how to subset your data based on indices or names or conditions. Then next video talks about data exploration. Here we have explained some data frame methods to know about the size and shape of data frame summarization for only numerical columns or categorical columns as well, creating a new column in the existing data frame, how you can manipulate your data. For example, you have distance and you have time in your data frame in two different columns, and you want to compute speed in a separate column. So how you can do that data manipulation, distance divided by time in a new column. We have also talked about aggregation of data using group by and aggregate function, and we have also discussed cross tabulation, which will give you a table of two or more than two variables. So all these things we have discussed in data exploration. We have also discussed basic plots using Pandas. Although for data visualization there are some great libraries in Python, Matplotlib and Seaborn are the common one, but in this course we have focused on using Pandas for creating the plots. So again, here we had discussed so many things, so I have divided it into two different videos. One is for exploration function and second is for creating the plot. And then we have talked about missing value treatment in Pandas, so how you can identify invalid or missing values in your data, how you can treat those by filling those with a constant or mean median imputation, or maybe imputation based on some condition, or just dropping the row or the column. So all those things we have discussed here. And next is combining dataset in Pandas. So again, here you have two different videos, and one video is using merge function and another is using append and concat function. So basically these 7 major topics, but you will have more than 7 videos because some of the videos are having 2 parts. If you are an absolute beginner in Python and you want me to tell you how to use Python on your local machine, then you have some bonus videos also. These are the videos where I'll be talking about downloading and installing Python. So if you don't already know and you don't want to use Collab, you can use Python on your local machine. Here you will see how you can get the setup for Python. And in Python there are various IDEs and code editors where you can write your Python code. So we will be talking about those IDEs and the difference between Python file and IPython notebook. If you are new to it, I'll show you in detail what are the differences between these two. Getting started with Jupyter or Jupyter Lab. As I said, there are many IDEs. The popular one are Jupyter, Jupyter Lab, Spider, PyCharm, Google Colab. So I have discussed Jupyter and Jupyter Lab. Many of you might be knowing Jupyter but might not be using Jupyter Lab. Here I have shown you what are the differences between these two and why you should switch to Jupyter Lab if you are already using Jupyter. So there are some amazing features in Jupyter Lab. And if you are new to using Jupyter, you might be facing some issues of setting up a startup folder in Jupyter. It's really important that in the beginning you set up a startup folder in Jupyter. So this is discussed in a separate video. And getting started with Spider, so I have shown you how you can work in Spider and some basic shortcuts and tips and tricks I have discussed. These videos are optional, but I would recommend you that if you are a beginner, you can also watch these videos so that you can use Python on your local machine also. In most of the videos, we have given a quick summary in the end. Also, you will get some bonus videos where I'll be discussing some amazing Google Colab tips and tricks, which I was talking about, which will speed up your work, enhance your productivity, like inserting a scratch cell or adding code snippet or version control, revision history, all those things. So additional videos is for those who really want to know more about Collab. Finally, few recommended resources and reading. What I have done is I have mentioned all those links which you might be needing to read further in the notebooks itself, and here also these are the links given. So I'll be sharing this with you, all these links which might help you to explore in detail particular functions or methods. And these are detailed videos of selecting the appropriate chart, which I'm not talking in this course, but this detailed video will help you a lot finding out where to use which chart, and few more videos on exploratory data analysis where you can use some auto EDA libraries to quickly do exploratory data analysis or data visualization with just 1 or 2 lines of code. So all these videos are there in this playlist. All my videos are having the numberings 1, 2, 3A, 3B and so on, so that you will be easily able to find out in what sequence you should watch the videos. And the codes will be shared in this GitHub repository, Python for Analytics. You can see that in this course I have also given you few exercises and their solutions. I would recommend you to watch the video. If needed, pause the video in between, do your hands-on and revise all those things before you start your exercises. And when you decide to take up the exercise, open that exercise, try doing it yourself. If you're stuck somewhere, go back to the video, get the concept, again do your hands-on, or you can even Google to find out solution, but don't look at my solution. First of all, try your own solution, and finally you can look at my solution. There are various ways to do a particular thing in Python, so your solution might be different from mine. In some cases, that's completely okay. This is just for your reference. If you don't find solution anywhere, you can refer to the solutions here. And these are the code files here. So you can click on a particular code file and you can open it here. For example, this is the notebook for indexing, slicing, filtering, subsetting in Pandas. So data filtering is here, and you can see this notebook I have created using Collab. So you have one icon here, open in Collab. So if you are working in Collab, you can directly click here and open it in Collab. I'll show you. Otherwise, obviously you can use it in your Jupyter. So in each and every notebook, I have given detailed documentation of what we are doing, how we are doing, and it's well commented, so you will be able to understand it. For example, this is the same notebook I have opened in Collab, and in Collab you also have the advantage of looking at the table of content. So you go here, and whatever topic you want to study, you can click there and directly go to that particular topic to read more about that topic. So these are few more files. Now, how I have shared the data with you? I have shared the data with you in this repository. It's a public repository, anyone can use that, and it has so many data files. We have not used all these, so you can take up any data from this repository for your practice after completing this course also. And we have used some interesting data sets, like we have taken few data sets from World Population Review countries. In this you have multiple data sets for continents and countries and world cities, and again there are many different arguments, so different data sets are here, and you can click to any topic which you find interesting and get the data for that topic. Here you can download CSV and start working it. You can also import data directly from this URL using web scraping, which I have discussed in the course. We have also used data like the sales conversion data from Kaggle, and for some cases we have used the suicide rate data again from Kaggle, and many other data sets which we have used. You will find all those data sets in my GitHub repository. To make the course interesting and give you an idea how we work with the real data set, so instead of using the toy data set using 5-10 rows and columns, I have used data set from Kaggle or UCI repository or some other publicly available data set. For example, showing you how you can combine data set using concat and append. What I have done is I have taken this suicide data set. I have first of all filtered the data set in 3-4 different data sets, and then again use those 3-4 data sets to combine those. So it's really nice exercise. I hope you will enjoy the course.